Alrighty. Hello, everybody. I am just checking to make sure we are live on Instagram here. And we have Sasha Graham here today hanging out with me. And we're going to do some fun stuff. So we are going to do kind of not the normal type of interview because you know what? We just wanted to change it up. And, we get to do that fun stuff. So we're going to do it. We are going to do some tarot games, like really just crazy, silly stuff. I'm really excited to do this because I actually did a presentation, different tarot games. So this is like so my jam. Like I love it. And I'm trying to Instagram. Come on, Instagram. You can do it. I'm just waiting for Instagram to kick on here. So yeah. So besides that, if you are here, make sure to say hello. Let me know that you're here, and get ready. We're gonna just do some things, and I'm gonna try. Oh, Instagram, you're not my friend. I'm trying to get Instagram to get on, and if it's not going to work, then we're just going to abandon mission, and then I will just repost it. Let's see. I'm going to try one more time. So I am at my other house, and I left like everything at home at my other house. So I am like operating on you would be just very amazed at what's happening right now on my table. So that things aren't working is pretty much what I expect at this point. All right, forget it. I don't care. Whatever. Hi, Sasha. How are you?
Good, Jen. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So you have been quite the busy bee lately.
Yes, I have.
You are all over the place. You have something going on tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm doing an appearance at a bookstore at Bank Square Books in Mystic, Connecticut.
Oh, fun. I love the aquarium there. They have like the cutest aquarium.
I've never been to the aquarium at Mystic, but I have one of the best breakfasts of my life there.
Oh, where?
There's like this secret yummy restaurant in a marina, and it literally, oh my God, it was packed and delicious and so good, but I don't know.
It's there somewhere. If you really want to know, you will find it.
Just like Google best breakfast Mystic, Connecticut, and if it's the one in the marina, yeah,
then that's the one. Awesome. So you have a new deck out, tarot of the
tarot of the something or other.
I'm like, wait, I just said it, and I was just thinking about it, and I'm sorry, it just totally went out of my brain.
No worries, it's tarot.
There, Witch's Garden. Duh.
Because it's summer and we're all gardening.
Yes, I love that. It's so pretty. Your artist did such a pretty job on it. It's so.
She's luscious.
There's like so much detail in the cards, and that's what I really love about it because there's so much to draw from, and that is always an amazing thing. Always.
A good friend of mine told me, she was like, Sasha, this deck reads like a Ferrari going around the racetrack. And I think it's because of the art. Like it's just so popping and beautiful. The artist did this job.
Yeah, her attention to detail is unbelievable. Like, I don't know how they do it. I'm such in awe of any artist, really, because I can't go past stick figures at all. So.
And these are all watercolors. So she painted them first and then digitized them.
Yeah. Oh, cool. That's so awesome. I do wish I can do that. I mean, I guess we just make art with words, right?
That's right.
That's what we do. That's it. So today I wanted, like I was saying, to do something a little different. So we're going to play some tarot games. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. I
All
am
right.
ready to play.
Yes. All right. All right. So the first one I think we should do is let's do bad advice tarot. Okay?
Yes.
So I want you to draw a card for me and give me like the worst advice you can think of.
100%. I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Tell me when to stop shuffling.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I'm going to pull another card.
Oh shit, okay.
That was probably bad of me to say. Oh, dude, it's the tower.
Oh damn. Okay. The most terrible advice that you can give me for the tower.
Okay. Well, no, I don't think I can give bad advice because all I want to say is like, dude, you're a shit show right now. So go with it.
Yeah, that's it. All right. I accept that. So
My turn.
Let me see here.
I want you to give me the worst advice I've ever heard.
I'm doing it. It's happening. So, hold on. So I have to use my app, and I'm using Tarot of Vampires.
Yes.
So that's what's happening. Okay. Oh, we got the moon. So for the moon, I think that you should ignore all your feelings. I think that you should just do whatever the hell you want. Forget your feelings, forget anybody else's feelings, and really, whatever the most selfish thing is, you do it.
Oh, that's really good advice. Our bad advice is good advice, guys.
All right, we'll do one more. One more of these.
Do you have a question? You want to ask me a question?
Okay, yes. So I have a friend, and they, I know that they're cheating on their spouse. So what should I what could I help them with?
Oh. You should tell them both to start sleeping with you. Get a wand card.
Perfect. I love it. I love it. Okay. Your turn. You have a question.
Oh, yes. I'm going to spend a week with my family at a beach house. But here's the thing. I haven't seen my family since before COVID.
Okay.
How can I make it the best week ever?
All right. So we have the 5 of skulls.
Of course.
Yeah. So basically, you're just gonna go feral. And you know what I mean? Just go whatever, if they start nagging you, if they make some comments about your weight or your hair, just go after them. No holds barred. It's totally just take advantage of the situation and just tell them all how you feel.
All right. I think this bad advice is very freeing.
It is, and that's the thing. It's like it's kind of bad advice, but then in a way, there's like a little bit to it that's like, maybe I should kind of consider these things.
I think you just gave me an exercise to give to everybody at Reader Studio when I do my main presentation next year.
Yay! That's perfect. I'll be there. So
that feels like shadow work because you're giving yourself or the other person permission to do something kind of awful.
Right.
Which is really what we always want to be doing.
Right. And it's kind of, also, it's saying those things that maybe that's what they really want to do. And maybe when they look at the card, that's what pops in their head. But then we're like, oh, well, you should do this, this, and this. And it's all nice. Be like, that's like a whole new level of readings. Like, do you want like a bad advice reading or do you want a real reading?
But when like the worst possible thing that you could do becomes something that you could do, then you're really like, oh. But like if you're not allowed to do it,
right?
Then it seems delicious. But if you have the right to do the worst possible thing, you might not actually do it.
Right, right. And and it's almost too like you may be thinking those things, like say, like you said, you're on a beach house and you just want to like go off on them because they've all just been terrible. And but you really, oh, I can't do that, right? And you just stash it away and that's it. But then it's like, wait a minute, what if you did? What if you actually were like, Aunt Judy, I don't appreciate your comments. What in that reverse, like almost like Stranger Things, like if you were in the upside down,
Yes.
right?
I love that. And another thing, Mom, you don't need that second bottle of wine. Put it down.
That's it, right? Like Uncle Frank, go smoke those stinky cigarettes outside,
I love
Can you
that.
imagine? I mean, and it's like one of those things. It's like once you get over like the shock of just being able to call someone out like that, like how freeing that must be on the other side too, right?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like a fun thing to consider. And I wonder, like, even if people are doing readings for themselves, like give yourself a bad advice reading and see what comes in it, because that might even be a way to dive into your shadow work, right?
Totally. Because then, like my earlier point, like there's nothing saying that you should do anything other than anything. Like everything, any like, yeah, no, that's very cool.
No, definitely. And and I think too, a lot of times when we are giving readings for people, it's we're like giving them permission, because sometimes they need to hear it from somebody else to like be like, oh yeah, I can do that. So
But we also always are giving people readings based on our own moral filters.
Right, right. And you don't know, like sometimes they may have, a very different view on something.
Yes.
So
Back in the day, like when I was just doing a tarot reader, I would literally, it was delicious. I felt like I was in a soap opera of people's lives. When they would like, oh my God, the worst things, they were up to such bad things.
no, right. No, and it is too. And the one place, like when I used to do events, like that is like juicy city right there. Like the things that people come, because it's like, I think in a way they're almost like, well, I'll probably never see them again. It's a quick 15-minute reading. I can just ask, a question and that's it. And then just peace out. And then that's it. You know what I mean? So
you just mentioned in the chat that I've got a wicked echo, and I can hear it on my end. I don't know if you can hear it too, Jen.
all of a sudden you did get a weird echo. Hold on, I'm just gonna like mute you and unmute you and see if that helps. That was weird. Yeah, I think it should be okay now.
Hello.
So yeah, so it's definitely one of those things when you go to those readings. I mean, when you do those readings at that, it's almost like going into a confessional. Like those people just come at you like with all sorts of stuff.
And 9 times out of 10, they've already had a drink.
Right, right. No, they probably definitely did.
Should I try and find some earbuds? Do you think that would fix it?
See, now it's okay. It like went off a minute and then now it's okay.
Oh, I can still hear the echo.
You can, yeah. If you can. If you have
Here
it
it
close
goes.
by. Okay. Awesome. Yes, thank you for letting me know that. I don't know why that happened. It's so weird, like the certain things that like go on with these, Just like today, like I've been doing interviews like all week, and Instagram's been fine. Today, it's like, nope, Jen, bye. See you later. We're not playing. It's just always amazing. It's amazing how these things go on. I'm telling you right now. Because I'm trying to, no, won't work. No. Possibly. Oh, thank you. No, I was having a day, like my hair was just annoying me and I just needed to get it out of my face. I was like, okay, I'm done with this right now. Goodbye. So yeah, no, it's so funny. Yeah, look at it. This thing is telling me that I'm streaming on Instagram, and it's such a lie because I'm not.
Yeah, I was checking. Whoops, I was checking before. It didn't say that you were live.
No, it's totally not working, but it's like, oh yeah, you're there and you're working. Lies. Total lies. Whatever. I'll just repost it.
Look at this soup. Oh my God.
This is the day. This is what's happening, guys. Real life is happening right now. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. So,
Oh my God.
now
I don't think this will take my headphones.
it won't. Yeah, I don't know. Do you hear it echo? Because I don't. You know what? Sometimes if you turn your volume down just a little bit, sometimes that will help too.
Okay, how do I sound?
I mean, you sound fine to me.
I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, maybe that was it. All right.
Weird.
You just need to move around. It's totally good. It's good. Yeah. So, all right. So now why don't we start with a phrase? So I'm going to start with love is and draw a card, and then you have to finish the sentence.
Ooh.
Okay, they're saying much better. So we're good. Thank you. Let's see. Okay.
All right. Love is
Yes.
a complete and total nightmare when you're
Oh!
caught up in it.
Okay.
Eight of Swords.
All right. I mean, we can't argue with that. All right. Let's see what I'm going to get here. So, love is the Lord of Scepters.
Yes.
So it is fiery and hot and it's moving. Let's
Love
go.
that.
That's it. And, you know, this person's going to be like, this is going to be like Fast and Furious. Like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Goodbye.
Sounds good to me.
There we go. It's a plan. Perfect. I love it. I'm right there.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
when you're busy like us, you just don't have time for all
No,
of
that's
You know,
it.
I-
Like, let's just do this and move on our merry way. And then
This-
all is
I
well in the
swear, the
world.
older you get, the more the roles reverse.
That's it. It's perfect. I love it. I love it. Okay, so the next one is let's see. Can you think of one? Do you have one?
Yes. And are we still doing bad readings?
We can do bad readings still if we
We could
want.
do bad advice if we want.
Yeah.
The biggest problem I have in my life is
Okay. Oh, the Six of Knives. Yes, the 6 of Knives. So you have a tall, dark, handsome stranger who is knocking at your door. So that is your biggest problem. And the question is, are you going to open that window and let him and his little bird friend in? His bird friend likes to watch, so there is that.
oh, loving that. And right, well, I let the vampire into my house. I mean, I love vampires.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, there's no question. It's like, yeah, and. But you know, some people they might pause. I don't know. But then we have to I think we should give them a reading on that. Really, like, why are you pausing about this? So okay, so I am going to ask. All right, so I'm thinking about getting some plastic surgery, and I'd really like to know if that's something I should do.
Ooh, are you being honest?
No.
I was gonna say, like, you don't need it. But okay, I'm gonna just clarify that question. If you were gonna go under the knife, this is what tarot thinks you should do.
Yes.
Oh! 5 of Swords. That evil wench wants you to rearrange your whole entire face.
I'm gonna rearrange my face.
Change it all. Change it all. You need some fillers. You need some new like implant teeth.
Yeah, I'm getting like cheeks and everything. It's happening.
Get some contact lenses. Change your eye color.
Yep, it's happening. I'm gonna like fork my tongue, you know, too.
I love it. I think. Do people do that? Is that a thing?
Oh, it is. You've never seen that?
No.
Okay. So that's your assignment when we're done here. You Google a fork tongue. And then they take it and they can make it like move around. And it's the weird, it's, to each his own. If that floats your boat, then fine. But I don't know. If someone's coming at me with that, I'm not sure how I'm going to be thinking.
Don't people work? Don't people have better things to do?
I don't think
fork
so.
their tongues.
No, they're just gonna fork their tongue and that's it. I think that's probably is their job. I don't know. It's quite something though. I'm telling you, once you Google it, you'll never be the same. Never be the same.
I don't know. I might not Google that.
Yeah, I think you should. You should. You definitely. It's one of those things. Like once you see it, like your brain just goes in 17 different directions, and you're like, what is happening right now? So I recommend it. I recommend that happening. So so let's move on to why don't we do a fortune cookie tarot?
Ooh.
So you pull a card and you make a fortune cookie fortune out of it.
Done. All right. Jen, for you.
Yes.
And for everyone watching. Here's the message you've been waiting for. I'm totally drawing a blank.
Okay.
Isn't like how are fortune cookies? How do they phrase a fortune cookie? Isn't it usually like a pun, like a little joke?
It's like super weird. Like most times they don't even make sense. So I guess it's just making this phrase like, today you will turn 3 times in a circle and that's your fortune. Like, it's like one of those like weird, like.
So yeah, and sometimes they'll give you like your lucky numbers too, right?
Yes.
So your lucky number today is 10. Eat and drink a lot, and then you will have a happy, fulfilled life. I don't know. I'm looking at the King of Pentacles. He's got a lot of.
Oh my God. Okay. No, I love it. Okay. So I have. Whoops. I lost her. Oh. So I have judgment. So you will judge, and they will judge, but who is the judge?
I'm the ultimate judge. I was made for this competition. Let me tell you.
Perfect. All right, let's do one more of those. Go ahead.
Okay, fortune cookie tarot. Girl, you need some sleep. I don't know. 4 of Swords.
Go to sleep. That's it. Done.
I actually got 9 hours of sleep last night with only 1 wake up.
Wow. Oh,
it was crazy. It was like the Olympics of sleep, which is like not. I know this is never a conversation I would have had in my 20s, but it just made me think of it looking at the sleep. Like, I slept so good last night.
That's amazing. Oh, no, that is always a good thing.
It was a very 4 of Swords.
I was like, so I actually didn't sleep that great. I mean, it was like okay, but I'm having like lockjaw, so I have to wear like that appliance, like the thing you put in your mouth. So it was like the first night I wore it. So then like everything was like all tensed up because like my mouth is just like, what is happening? So yeah, so that was my wonderful night of that. So that was interesting. So I'm trying to get that. And again, 20 years ago, I probably wouldn't have even mentioned that, but here we are.
So funny thing. True that. Not something I would know much about back in my teens or 20s, or maybe even my 30s. But here I sit with you with a little experience with a tight jaw. Something that has helped me tremendously because I've suffered from the same thing is head massage.
Yes.
I don't know if you're getting those.
Yeah. No, I do try to go and get that, but like while I was at the jaw doctor and they're like showing you like where all the muscles for your jaw go, it's really crazy. Like I didn't realize there was like that much happening, and I'm like,
they're like up here.
Yeah, it's all over. And it's like it's crazy because like your head will be sore. And I'm like, oh, wow. I didn't know that. Probably because I didn't need to know that. But here I am. Knowing.
Exactly.
See, there you go. All right. We'll do the last here. Ooh, I got the star. So the star we'll go with it is the stars shine for you. Make sure you do something extraordinary today. This is
I
like
love that.
the most non-starish star card I think I've ever seen. Like I'm trying to figure it out. It's very interesting. It's like she's pouring the blood on the roses. And then we have the like guy in the back or like a ghosty thing. This is very interesting actually. Very interesting. And there's like a star in the back that they're like putting like blood on the different roses, like, you know, pouring there. So that's very interesting. I never like looked at it like that. All right, then. So we'll go back to the main screen of my tarot app. See, guys, you can do tarot anywhere. So there's no excuse ever not to do it because there's apps.
And you also like don't even need the cards. I'm
No.
I don't know if you can hear it.
No, I can't. No, it's so weird. Oh, what the heck.
It's so strange. But yeah, like you can just look at something and freeze frame what you're looking at and turn that into a card.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know, I think too, when we're kind of going through our days too, there's always like that. I don't know. I mean, I think when you do tarot and you're creating tarot deck, you know, it's like you kind of think in tarot too. So like it's always like, oh, you know, oh, this is a 3 of Cups moment. Oh, I'm kind of feeling very, you know, 5 of Cups today. I got to look around, you know what I mean? Like you could totally do that or use even like playing cards, right? Playing cards are always something that you can use or just whatever's around you.
Yeah, or you could just channel something too. My friend Heather Carlucci taught me a really easy channel exercise. Just like quiet yourself, go into your mind's eye, push your brain to the right, let the information flow.
Oh, I like that. I like that because it's kind of like giving your brain like a physical job to do, like shifting it. So then it's almost like keeping it busy so you can receive, right?
Yes.
Oh, I like that. Oh, that is a cool way to think about it. I like that. That's good.
It's fun. I did that with my I was just teaching a tarot and fiction writing class. And so I had everybody channeling in that. And then they were writing because it's a good thing to do too when you're writing. Push your thinking brain to the side so you can just flow.
Yeah. No, I love that. That's awesome. That's a really good tip. I really like that. And it's like one of those things too, like even if you do something like that, it's you forget, like, and you get out of the habit of doing that, I feel like, because you're like, oh, I got two hours to write. I gotta sit down and I gotta do it right now. And you know, and you don't think about to do those extra steps too, which are so important especially when you're trying to like create and, you know, and have it all make sense, you know, and all that.
Yes, we have so many good tools at our fingertips, you know, being magical creatures, being tarot readers and witches. Like seriously, there's so many helpful, and I'm discovering it as I'm like creating this class. That you know, I mean, just whoever we are, we have everything we really need at our fingertips. But the trick is, are you utilizing? Because sometimes when things come easily or work really well, we almost forget that it's even a thing because we just, I don't know. Yeah.
It's just like, you know, like brushing your teeth or you just doing it, you know, and I think sometimes too, it's also good to, you know, go back to basics and just kind of refresh everything so that you can, oh yeah. And also I feel like it kind of sparks, you know, your inspiration again. It's like that whole like any of the aces, you know, it's like, oh yeah, that potential's there, but am I going to take it? You know? Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah, no, definitely. So do you have any game ideas that we can pull some cards for?
Actually, I love what is a really beautiful, it's not a game, but I think it's a great question.
Okay.
What is a wonderful potential for you that you can take advantage of right now that you might not be aware of?
Oh, yes. Oh, I love that. All
And this is for
right.
you and for everybody watching.
Yes.
I love that question because it's just like whoosh. So it's just
Yeah.
for you.
It's kind of
Okay.
cover all the bases.
Oh, the Hierophant card.
That's a good one. I love that.
So I look at that and actually, I'm going to take my interpretation just straight from the picture rather than the esoteric meaning of the card,
Mm-hmm.
which is it's important for you to invite new people into your life.
Ah, I love that. Yes. That is such a
Opening up your home
mm-hmm.
is important right now.
Yeah. All right. I like that. I like that. Okay, let's see what I'm gonna get here. Oh, I actually got the devil. The
Ooh, how do you read
devil.
that?
So I think, I think it's more along the lines of looking at those things that maybe you consider a bad habit and seeing how you can transform them into something good. And I think that's where you're gonna find your secret sauce.
Love that.
Yes. That was good. Yay. I like that. That's all good ones.
I
So
feel like we have a theme today. It's all about giving ourselves permission.
right, it is too. And I love that because I think we don't do that often enough because we're always trying to like be more reserved and not really step into what we really feel like or our power or any of those things. I mean, and it is kind of a societal thing too, we're kind of trained, they like to beat all the magic out of us as much as possible.
I think too, though, like the thing that keeps coming to me as of late is to stop trying to force things into my idea of what I need to be,
Yes.
right? Which is a very swords thing, like, oh, it
Yeah.
has to. And I create these constructs, and I think we all do. We create these constructs that aren't helpful.
Right. Right. No, it's true. And I think too, I've been kind of skimming along the whole like, not everyone's going to like you and that's okay. And being okay with that and still not letting that kind of hinder what you're doing or how you're doing it.
I would love to actually talk about this for a minute or two because I think that I've been thinking a lot lately, not so much for people in the tarot world, but I think about like younger actors and just anybody who's out there doing anything public.
Mm-hmm.
It's a horrifying time to do anything in the public eye because everybody can have something to say.
Oh yeah, all the opinions. All
Like,
the opinions.
could you imagine? I mean, can you? And even if like, and this has been true for a long time, and this is something I often think about. But like, there are I Hate Rihanna websites. Like, she's amazing, right? The Great Wall of China has gotten like 1 star on TripAdvisor.
I know. No, I know. Well, and the thing, and it's amazing to me too because people are very quick to judge instead of taking a minute and like doing a little investigating to make kind of like and you could do that investigating and be like, yeah, that person's not for me. Fine, then I totally respect that. But if you're just like going off the fly, like you look at, forget it, I'm not going to bother. And there is something to listening to your intuition. And there are people that right away you're like, whoa, why are they rubbing me this way? Why do I feel that way? But again, that is also could be a reflection on you because there's something in them that is reminding you of something in you that you don't want to deal with.
Well, then that's the thing. A lot of what you'll find online and it's just people's projections of what they like and don't like. But they'll put that into the form of a review or a criticism of something someone else is doing.
Right. Right.
Which a good friend of mine, she had lost a ton of weight. Looks amazing. And she thought that people were going to be really happy with her. And her big surprise was that her getting into amazing shape made other people feel bad about themselves because they had those issues. So she's like, wow, people lead with their issues. Like to your face, online, like everywhere.
Right. And, especially with online too, like people are not nice, and they are all just like keyboard warriors and coming at you with like all sorts of stuff. And and I think too, just if you're anybody in the public, it's just one of those things, like you gotta just kind of just let it go. You can't like harbor all of that stuff.
Don't even look at it. I mean, know where your spaces are and stick to those spaces, because everybody knows that like one nasty voice is as powerful as 100 wonderful voices in terms of listen to.
Which is so crazy. That's a thing. It's so crazy to me that you could have hundreds of people being, oh, this is so, and then there's that one person that comes in and is like, well, I didn't really like it, and then that's what bugs us, and
well, it's an interesting thing because our brains are wired to focus on the conflict.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, and that's, and I think that also, it's like that fight or flight and all of that, and it goes right into all that. So it's always such an interesting thing to me. And, when you're talking with people, even doing readings, and you're getting into like that little bit of shadowy stuff too, it's amazing how they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't bother me. And you're like, but you're reacting this way. So I kind of think that's what's going on. But we have to be gentle. But it's definitely it's very interesting. It definitely is, for sure. So let's see what else. I think we should draw some cards. Let's do a tarot story.
Oh.
So you draw a card, start the story, and then we'll see how far we can go with it.
Okay, and then we'll go back and forth with the story.
Yeah.
All right, since I love fairy tales. Once upon a time, there was a handsome and magical knight. In the woods, he stood next to a bubbling waterfall and gazed into his cup.
Ooh, I love that. So, let's see what I got. And I got the moon again. So he was standing by that waterfall, and he looked across to the other side of the riverbank, and he saw this girl sitting there. I'm trying to, like, my light's being weird. He saw this girl there, and she was staring at him, and for some reason her stare just like went right into his soul, and he wasn't really sure how to respond.
So he ran away. But he couldn't get very far because the creature, the moon creature, had sent her twin sister, who was a witch, who started creating this fairy circle, like ghost circle, and dancing like a fiend, and suddenly he was in a trance.
Oh, so now he tried to get away, but he couldn't, because as he started to run away, this creature called her, her cronies over to chase him. And they jumped over the trees, and they came down in a ball of fire, and they started to chase him.
So he was like, later, bitches, I am so out of here. And just like the Grease car at the end of Grease, when they go flying into the sky,
yes,
he hopped on his magical winged horse and took off into the sky.
Yes, perfect. And as he was going, away and up in the sky, this young lady, this magical witch, came up and flew next to him and handed him the candle of truth, where he was able to then figure out where he needed to go to be safe and who he needed to talk to. So now he had this new confidant in this magical witch.
But unfortunately, the witch was really fronting, and she was actually evil. She was the two evil twins from the beginning, and she just shapeshifted and sent him off into the wrong direction.
Yes. Okay. And so, and when she shapeshifted, she shifted into a panther. So, and with this, he, at this point, it wasn't looking good for him. And he tried to get away from her, and he tried, but she swatted at him, and she gashed the whole side of his face. So then he couldn't see because the blood was running down his face.
And then he fell back into the water and was dragged underneath by a giant turning wheel.
And then, under the water, he met the nymph of chalices. And she brought him down the river, down to the bottom of the banks of the river. And there, it wasn't looking good for him again. And he couldn't breathe. So he tried to grab the vines of the rose bush to get up, but it was full of thorns. So he fell back down.
And then he was like really sad. He was like ready to give up. He was like, I'm done. I'm done with this whole thing. My life has no meaning. I'm so depressed by all of it. But a little magical fairy helper came with a cup of elixir to make him heal and feel all better.
Fantastic. And this fairy, she gave him a magical sword. And this sword brought him back up. And it brought him back up to the shore. And he was there, and he saw that his, horse, he had a horse there, and he jumped on it, and he took off into the sunset.
The end.
So the end.
Oh my God, I love it.
Those are fun. I like doing those. Those are definitely fun. Okay. Somebody's very happy to see us. Okay. We accept that.
Where are the comments coming from? I'm curious.
So I'm not sure if you can see it on here. They are here. Oh, you know what I could do is I can show them. I'll show them, and they'll go on. See, there we go.
Oh.
Yes. I kind of forgot about it, actually. I meant to do it. I'm telling you, but this is my day. This is the day right now, definitely. So what do you have any other ideas that we can try?
Ooh, I don't know why I keep drawing blanks.
That's totally okay. So let me think. Why don't we draw a card that is our superpower?
Yes.
Let's do that.
All right, Jen, your superpower, and to your audience, anybody who's watching right now.
Yes. Whoever wants to claim any of this, you go right ahead and do that.
Ooh, your superpower is actually standing in your strength. When you need it, when you need it. When push comes to shove, you really can stand strong in your what you know is right.
Mm-hmm.
And so the question is, can you do that just on the rag? Access that on the rag.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Okay, let's see what we got here. So I got the 10 of Grails. So I feel like that it's this one again with her white roses and all that. I like this card actually.
That's just what I looked like when I was sleeping last night.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I am totally convinced. Yep. It's perfect. And I think for this one, so your superpower, or anyone else that wants to claim it, I think making sure that you rest when you need it, and rest not by just laying in bed doing work or whatever, like actually doing something that you want to do that's outside your normal thing. So that's what I'm getting.
That's totally what I did yesterday.
You did? What?
That is so weird. Like, I literally did nothing yesterday.
That's
Nothing.
amazing. Oh, I love that.
I never do nothing. All
It's hard.
all I did was watch movies and read. It was
I
the
love it.
perfect day.
That's perfect. It is so perfect. I love that. Yes. Yay. I'm trying to move this. Let's see. Okay. So we have area. All right. So yeah. So that's our superpower. And I think, what are we at? We got about 10 minutes or so. So why don't we just do some more bad advice readings? I really like those. I'm having fun with those.
Okay.
So,
Let's see. Oh, I know. All right. So I have a book appearance tomorrow in Mystic, Connecticut at Bank Square Books. What should I do in order to make sure that it's a fabulous event?
yes. Yes. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I like this one actually. We have the Four of Scepters.
Ooh.
So for that, I think it's really just all about sticking to your rituals and how like don't change anything. I feel like that's what it is. Like just do what you've been doing and don't change anything. But for the bad advice, so now I'm thinking, oh wait, I'm doing bad advice. I think that you should have a ritual, a satanic ritual, and you should probably sacrifice the nearest person.
Oh, that's so funny. To me right now, the closest person to me right now.
Yeah, that's what we have to do. It's good to go, and you got to get down to like you got to wear some like jeweled underwear, and that's it. And it's the nearest person. That's it. That's what you need to do.
So I am literally at least 2 hours away from my husband and daughter right now. They're like far, far away from me. So it might just be that I'm going to have to sacrifice that sexy FedEx boy.
Hey, it is what it is, Sasha. I mean, I don't care who you choose. That's what you got to do.
The card says do it.
The card says do it.
Not my fault.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm just listening to what the universe is telling you to do. That's really
I've never done a satanic ritual. I've never done a dark ritual, actually, now that you mention it.
Yeah. I think, I mean, that could definitely, that's a touchy subject, I think. But I think it all depends on the people that you are working with and that they are legit and they know their craft. That's what's very important. Because there's a lot of people out there who know what the hell they're doing and they're coming at you with all sorts of crazy stuff and why there's movies and all of that about this.
So what is your question? I can't wait to give you some horrible advice.
Let's see. So I have to go and try to find some furniture. And I'm trying to decide if I should get antique furniture or modern furniture. So tell me.
God. Well, the Ten of Wands says that you should put some mid-century modern furniture in your antique old house. And then decorate it like Austin Powers.
Sweet.
So everything should be like a very 70s lime green and like kind of muddy orange.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what you want. And like you need more shag rugs everywhere.
All shag rugs.
All shag used. So get them used.
Oh, yeah. That sounds yummy.
I wish I had your questions. I want to go furniture shopping. That sounds fun.
It's really hard. Imagine if I did that. So as of now, I've counted 9 spirits in this house, right? And I could just imagine if I started bringing that in, what would happen. They would they're kind of feisty.
Are they?
Yeah, they like to like throw things down. So I'll be sitting here. I'm actually surprised they're behaving right now because usually it's when I'm doing something they're going off. But like yesterday because we have like contractors coming in, and yesterday there was just a loud bang upstairs. It's the one back bedroom up there is a lot of activity in there. There's always like a door slamming or so like there was like a metal piece sitting on the windowsill and it got knocked onto the floor. And there's no windows open in there. Like it's constant. And at night we hear bells a lot. And this was an old tavern. So it's 300 years old. It was an old tavern. So at night, like the end of the night, you hear like you like at a bar, like people like drunk singing, like off key, or that I hear that at night. Wow. Yeah. So I'm always curious. Like I'm always kind of like house, like tell me what you need. So I'm like trying to like keep everybody happy.
But in that house, because it used to be a bar, you're getting kind of inebriated and like answers back.
Right. Like I never know. Like I went outside, like I would go outside and I'll smell like pipe smoke and there's nobody around. And Jay and I don't smoke pipes. So it's always very interesting. And there's a little girl named Millie that's around the house. Because of course there's kids in the attic because of course. Why did everybody make their kids play in the attic? It's so weird. It's like hot up there. I don't know why they would do that. Like maybe to like stay away from whatever was going on down here because people stayed, obviously running through. But she's kind of feisty, so she likes to knock things around too.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I don't know. So the house I'm in right now is over 100 and something years old, and it was once a boarding house.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
I find I have to differentiate between the transient energy and the actual energy of the house, which feels like two different things. Which is
absolutely
something that you've got because it was a bar. So it was also
yeah. It was a tavern, and there, people stayed here, like the guest rooms and whatever. So they definitely did stay here, and there's definitely and it was also a part of the Underground Railroad, apparently. Mm-hmm. So when you go downstairs and it's all dirt down there, it's a very interesting energy down there, and it's kind of cool because it's like a brick wine cellar. So it's all brick, and that's where they used to keep all like the liquor. So it's so cool, because it's cool and damp down there and everything. And we were looking around, and we kind of because it's on a lake. And then there's like this way, there's like a river that goes down. So we found like this area that was like dug up at some point, and there's like stuff jammed in like rocks. And we think that's kind of how they must have hid them in there. And they went down and out and down the river to the next place. Right? Isn't that crazy? Like it's just a lot. There's a lot going on. But I agree that you do have to kind of define if it's just like some of the passer-throughs or if it's the ones that actually are living there.
And I do believe that houses that are open to others, that energy remains, even if that's not what the house is used for anymore.
Right. No, definitely. I definitely see that. And it's been really fun because the neighbors are all very much like, because it's the oldest house in this town. It's just a little town. And so all the neighbors are coming over, introducing themselves, and they're all just as quirky as the house. And it's amazing. I had a woman come over, and she was like a bird. She's like tweeting. She's like going like this, and like, and I'm like, what is outside? I'm like, who's outside? And it was her. And she was like, and they're all so nice. And it's amazing. Like, it's so funny.
It's like that show Northern Exposure.
Yeah, it's just, it's so great. And I love it. And they've all been very nice, and they all have so many stories about the house. And so it's been really cool. It's been really cool. So why don't you pull a card for the house? And I'll put one for your house.
Ooh, thank you.
Yes.
All right, so this card is a hint of something to know about it that would make you and the house happy. Oh, actually, you've woken a bunch of stuff up, man.
I believe that. Yeah. Wow. That's actually a really awesome card. I love that.
Oh, wicked.
Yes, that's so cool.
Yeah, I think there's actually healing that you can do, a lot of healing you could do for the spirits in that house if you choose to.
Yeah, yeah. No, I definitely can see that happening. And what's really funny, actually, Jay just walked by or whatever. He said there's like an older gentleman sitting outside just drawing my house right now. Isn't that so funny? Like this is the stuff that happens. I'm telling you. Like I can't even make it up. Like I'm all right. Good time with that. All right. I certainly can't draw it, so I mean, I'm glad someone can.
Oh, my
So,
house just got really quiet. That's so funny. You know how like the refrigerator will hum and then it will stop? It's
yes.
like the house is listening. The house wants to know what you're about to say.
Yeah. All right. So I got the Daughter of Knives. So
Ooh.
I do think that, like you said, there's just been a lot of people through the house, and there's been a lot of unsavory. There's definitely been some unsavory people through this house. So they want to kind of acknowledge that so that it can be cleared. So I think that, it's really just calling to, wanting, like, even lighting a white candle or something like that, because there is that little bit of energy that kind of hangs around that they don't really particularly want there anymore. So they need a little help to kind of transmute it.
Done.
Yes. That's awesome.
I'm all about candles in this house.
Absolutely. I hear you for sure.
Of course, now we're at the end. The echo stopped.
Yeah, no, I know, because that's just how it is. I mean, it was for me though, it was okay. So, because what I'm gonna do is that since Instagram was being stupid as it is, I can live stream this and I'm gonna replay it as a live stream, our recording. So it should be fine because for the most part I was fine. So when I stream it on the live, the live stream thing, it should be okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. So why don't you go ahead and tell everyone where they can find you and all your
Sure. So everybody can find me at sashagraham.com.
There
That's
you
I know
go.
it is still echoing.
Yes,
So,
you don't hear it.
at sashagraham.com, you can find everything and sign up if you want to send out newsletters when I'm going to be appearing places. So if you want to keep informed about my event. And then you can also find me on Instagram, Sasha Tarot Diva,
Perfect.
and on Facebook.
All right, yeah. And I know that you always post like a graphic of like all your appearances and stuff like that. So if anybody, definitely go over there. If you have any of her decks or books, I want you to also, this is your assignment to review at least one of them. The reviews really help everyone, and it's really important. And I'm going to put this comment up here because Nicholas wanted to say hello.
Hi.
So it's a very quick thing and I go on about it all the time, but definitely review, tag, all those things. It's really helpful for authors and the publishers as well. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We appreciate you and keep an eye out for the replay. All right, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks.